Senate will come to order. Mr. Schauffele, please call the roll.
Senators Amabile, Baisley, Ball, Bridges,
Excuse.
Bright, Carson, Catlin, Cutter, Danielson, Doherty, Exum, Frizzell, Gonzalez, Hendrickson, Jaquez Lewis, Judah,
Excuse.
Kip, Kirkmeyer,
Excuse.
Colker, Liston, Lundin,
Excuse. He'll be back.
Marchman, Michelson Genet, Mullica, Pelton B, Pelton R, Rich, Roberts, Rodriguez, Simpson, Snyder, Sullivan, Weissman, Winter, Lundin, Mr. President,
Let's do this. The morning roll call is 32 present, 0 absent, 3 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Doherty, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Colleagues, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the journal. Senator Liston.
Very good, Mr. President. Mr. President, it seems like my limericks are creating a lot of commotion. Much work goes into this effort and lots of emotion. I've tried to be a bit comical and amusing, but most people are just talking or just snoozing. So with all of my work, I'm asking for a promotion. Get it? No, okay, all right. And with that, Mr. President, I move that the Senate Journal of January 29th, 2025 be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
Thank you very much, Senator Liston. Senator Liston, have you paid your fine from yesterday?
I didn't know I had a fine, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Liston. There was a fine assessed yesterday of $5. No interest on that, but if you have a moment, please do that. You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. No. Wow, that's tough. All those opposed, no. No. Here we go. That sounds good. The ayes have it, though, and that motion is adopted. Thank you, Senator Liston. Senate Services.
correctly printed Senate Resolution 4.
Committee reports.
Committee on Transportation and Energy, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 22 be postponed indefinitely. Committee on Transportation and Energy, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 51 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with the recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. Committee on Transportation and Energy has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Members of the Energy Impact Assistance Advisory Committee for terms expiring August 24, 2028. Tony Hass of Trinidad, Colorado, reappointed. Heather Alvarez of Mancos, Colorado, appointed. Committee on Transportation and Energy, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 52 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Committee on Health and Human Services, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 10 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Committee on Judiciary, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 24 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations.
Mr. Schaffler, please add Senator Kirkmeyer to the roll. Consideration of resolutions. Mr. Schaffler, will you please read the title of HJR 251006?
House Joint Resolution 1006 by Representatives McCormick and Johnson and Senators Pelton B. and Roberts concerning the designation of Colorado 4-H Day.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the passage of HJR 1006.
Any further discussion, or Senator Roberts?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, we celebrated 4-H Day on Monday. This is the resolution to designate that day as 4-H Day. The House started with it, so that's why we're a few days late. But thank you for taking the time to welcome all of the 4-Hers that were in the building on Monday, and for recognizing the importance of this organization to our state and our country.
Senator Pelton B.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just like to recognize the future leaders of our country come from 4-H, and I really appreciate them doing all the hard work that they do for all of their projects in our communities and their community service that they give to our communities. So thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of HJR 251006. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 2 excused, HJR 251006 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the current roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Current roll call will be added as co-sponsors, seeing no objection. Will the clerk please read the title of HJR 251007?
House Joint Resolution 1007 concerning the designation of United States Interstate 25 southbound from mile marker 199.4 and Interstate 25 northbound mile marker 194.8 as Firefighters Memorial Highway in memory of Chief Troy Jackson.
Raise your hand, brother. Raise your hand. Senator Carson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the adoption of HJ Resolution 25-1007.
Is there any discussion? Senator Carson. Senator Carson.
Mr. President, yes, I'd like to make a few brief comments on this, colleagues. This is to designate a portion of I-25 as a memorial tribute to all of our firefighters, but in particularly to Chief Troy Jackson. This resolution passed the House 2 days ago. I think it's a great way to recognize all of our first responders, but particularly firefighters. You know, whenever I think of firefighters, I think of 9/11 and those 343 firefighters who went into the Twin Towers, and they gave their lives to try and rescue as many people as they can. Those are our firefighters. Those are our police officers and our first responders. They often give their lives to keep our communities safe. This is a great tribute, a memorial along I-25 to designate this as Firefighters Memorial Highway in memory of Chief Troy Jackson, who was a chief in our South Metro Fire District in the northern portion of Douglas County. So thank you, Mr. President. I move the adoption of this resolution.
You got it. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion on this resolution, the motion is the adoption of HJR 251007. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 2 excused, HJR 251007 is adopted. Co-sponsors, Senator Carson. Senator Carson.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I request the current roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Seeing no objection, the current roll call will be added as co-sponsors. Good job, Senator Carson. Only one person clapping? That's terrible. Announcements. Senator Kipp.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Finance Committee, we will be meeting today as a joint Finance Committee to talk to the JBC members upon adjournment, probably of the House, because I assume they'll take longer than we will. Thank you.
A little shade. Minority Leader Lundeen.
Apologies, Old State Library.
Minority Leader Lundeen.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, if you appreciated the fact that the lights came on when you flipped the switch this morning, if you appreciate the fact that clean burning natural gas has done more to bend the curve on greenhouse gases across this globe than anything else, you may want to join the good folks from API and the Colorado Oil and Gas Association at Gatera Restaurant at noon today. It's 1776 Grant Street. Please go visit with these folks and tell them how much you appreciate light switches that actually have meaning and the fact that there are fewer greenhouse gases by virtue of clean burning natural gas. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Rich.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to announce that the Colorado Mesa University is having its annual legislative reception this evening, Thursday, at the Art Hotel from 5 to 7:30 p.m. If you want to see the best slope university, please come out to the Art Hotel. Thank you.
Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two very exciting announcements, starting with tomorrow, the Joint Budget Committee staff will be offering a training session on the state's budget and supplemental process, Friday, January 31st, from 8 to 9 in House Committee Room 112. You can also participate virtually. The training is open to all legislators, staff, aides, interns, and all others in this legislative community. Please plan to join the JBC staff tomorrow.
Please continue.
Okay. Okay, now the really exciting one. Today is Unclaimed Property Day. And I am told that amongst the senators here, we are owed at least $4,000. So I expect you'll all want to run down to the Unclaimed Property Day and get your money. The Great Colorado Payback is hosting an open house at the Treasurer's office from 11 to 1. And you can go there and check if you have any unclaimed property. And I think I might go because my business has some unclaimed property. So that is tomorrow. I'm sorry, that's today, 11 to 1. Thanks.
Senator Wiseman.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is to announce that the State Affairs Committee is meeting this morning, let's say 9:35, on adjournment or recess here. We have one bill on our agenda. That is Senate Bill 14, will be in SCR 352. See you there.
Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's Thursday, and it's an exciting day for Senate Local Government and Housing Committee to meet. We'll be hearing two bills, Senate Bill 23 and Senate Bill 6 from Senators Pelton, Michelson, Janay, and Senator Roberts. You'll see on the calendar a presentation from Kit Carson Rural Development. We'll reschedule that. They're having some trouble getting in because of the weather. Thank you.
Senator Mullica.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, Senate Health and Human Services Committee will be meeting at 1:30 in the old Supreme Court to hear Senate Bill 45, Senate Bill 55, and House Bill 1022.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee will be meeting this afternoon at 1:30. We have in room 352, we have Senate Bill 21, 39, and 38. See you there.
Senators from Peltonia. Senator Peltonar.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tomorrow morning, Colorado Counties, Inc., CCI, is going to have breakfast for us over at the old Supreme Court. So stop by and meet some of the county commissioners. I'm sure some of the new ones will be there. In fact, there may be a Commissioner Pelton present, so.
Senator Pelton B.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please, members, please come to visit the true organization that is representative of 63 out of 64 counties and truly representative of the entire state. So come on out. Yeah, that's a big... Anyway, please come and meet them. They're great. And please come meet some of your former colleagues who went to the best job in the entire state, which is a county commissioner. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Any other announcements? Seeing no other announcements, Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Colleagues, tomorrow is the deadline for the last 2 bills to be delivered to the front desk. OLLS asks for you to finalize your bills as soon as possible so they can have all the bills delivered in a timely manner. On that note, Mr. President, I move the Senate recess until 9 a.m. Friday, adjourn until 9 a.m. Friday, January 31st, 2021.
Heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will stand in adjournment until 9 a.m. on Friday, January 31st, 2025.